Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy, and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy, and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag a bulk me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel, get a bird's eye view. Hotel, get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones, throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal, when I put my foot on, I got.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Here we go. Waiting. 54 miles. Yo.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 20.
Seventh carrier, Eric Hendricks in on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second-rounder from Penn State. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down, Eagles.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Working from the gun, Wentz. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Wentz to throw. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 20. On the 3rd down conversion.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
To throw, Cousins. And he fires one incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do. In practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. First. Ring up 48.
Play action now. Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
That's it, baby. We're going to
at their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a...
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 82 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Barely got the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Here we go. 120. Watch the back. Check. Lucky. Check. Hey, Lou. Man 5-7.
On first down, Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Wentz's pass, incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. These two teams all tied after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out.
Hey, let's go. Under
Shotgun now for Wentz. Wentz has it left side. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Cousins now escaping the pressure right. And a throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Here we go. 180. 54 miles. No gap on this defense. No gap. 5-7.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
You draw Corkers.
Now Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On second down, it's Cook. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
There's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line.
Five. 52, right 52. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
Cousins on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 21 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Bailey's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Play fake. Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. That's caught inside the 20. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Here's Cousins. That's caught at the 1. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Rush in, rush in. Let's go, great.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz, right side caught by Jackson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Let's go.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A final shot before half for Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you...
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Finding room at the 30. A big play there out of Cook. 44 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. To throw is Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Topper!
The first run for the backup, Abdullah. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Josh Doxson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And they got the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Let's go, baby.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Elliott good with a PAT, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
At the 26-yard line.
53's the mark.
They run it again with Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up, and what's been so far a tough game for them. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Mike, you can't block me. You can't block me. Check. Two.
Cook following the penalty. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They go play action. Cousins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Now Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Here we go. 180. Listen. Second turn, defense. Second turn, defense. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jackson. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
We got 3.
Wentz to throw again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Everson Griffin. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
Right there.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Cook. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
General West. Shoot. Watch the shoot. 552. Leave it. Ringo, 48. I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Watch safety green. Watch safety. 61. Matchbox lights.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He was trying to find Chad Beebe that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Check 53 is mine. Get the ball. 300. Whip. Watch the whip. Protein spill.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Running from the gun, it's Abdullah. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Eagles' 14-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. This is screen to Abdullah. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Lucky 48. Let's go, dude. It's going to be a long day.
From the gun, here's Cousins. That is caught at the 7. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Watch the run.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Wentz. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. 3rd down here.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
81. X3, 218, chopper. 14, 82, 14.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz looking deep down into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will finally barely stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A give to Cook out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. After the sack on first down, Wentz. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down. Now Wentz. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Wentz going to go on fourth down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Vikings, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to get back on.